Hey guys, big thanks to my partner and sponsor, Sound Assured, for helping me make this video and this recording booth. In fact, let's go check it out right now before we start. Alright guys, so let's hop into why I did this and what I based the design for this off of. Basically, I took the idea of this.
Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick.
Can you see that? Yeah. This is one of those things that like you attach to the mic stand and like the microphone goes in here. You actually might be able to hear like how it improves things if I put this around the Yeti. Let me see. Hello? Can you hear me? How does it sound now? Testing. Whoop, up, 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 up. So that's this rig. I used to record vocals for music using a hybrid of this thing and a semi-treated recording environment. Kind of like what I've got going on in here with like the foam behind me, and there's some foam on the sidewalls and on the ceiling. So I got some decent results using this method and mixing it with software from Isotope, things like RX and Nectar and Neutron. Get some great stuff. You could be the reason why I feel conceited, but maybe it's the season. Every time we spoke of love, yeah, was it just treason? Anxiety tears at the seams, a ghost inside of me. And you wonder why I won't take a dance with sobriety. As I remember, I'm the one that said you can't rely on me. Or maybe we're just crazy and a product of society. But fuck that, I'm not an excuse, I'm not just like you. I fight for... By the way, if you guys enjoyed that song or clip, be sure to subscribe because I am getting that ready to be released soon, so you guys can come back and check that out. But basically, I wanted to take the idea of this, but make it a whole room. And the reason why is because, you know, this is only gonna be so good at absorbing certain frequencies, and things are still gonna be reflecting really early, but it's effective. I mean, like I said, great results. But I just wanted something, like, bigger. I also put some soundproofing underneath the pyramid part of the door to help block out some sounds coming in from the area out here in my room and coming in through that thin door surface. Let's go take a look at that in there, and I'll explain a little more. So, basically, I started by custom ordering some 12 inches by 12 inches foam acoustic cubes. They're custom cut. I wanted to use them as the base for this expansion idea. Then I used those nice, lush, like thick bass traps. They're so big and meaty and good at what they do. And just kind of made like a pattern all the way up and around. Of course, eggshells on the top with a light that can change colors. Bass corners in the bottom all the way down. And I'm actually wiring that screen right here, which is not on at the moment, but you saw it earlier. I'm actually wiring that down through there, down there, and out through the door in that way. So that's pretty cool. It's touchscreen, so I can just do everything from in here. Doop, doop, doop. I also have a pad if I want to use my silent mouse. About the patterns and the different kinds of foam. Everything up on the front is actually 3-inch pyramid sound foam, pyramid cut. The reason I like pyramid cut is because it has more dispersion both ways. Though it might not absorb as much, but I don't know, it does what I need to do on the front. Again, you even see I put some stuff in like the door corner. Speaking of which, that goes right out to the computer, in which, boom, I just start editing it all on FL Studio from right there. Just boom, drag it over here, boom, record, boom, edit. On the back wall, 3-inch sound foam, wedge cut and pyramid cut with different patterns in order to create more sound dispersion. 2-inch cuts on the side walls, to absorb different sound frequencies and knock them out. Of course, it goes down under here. Work area, boom, even sound from underneath. And I ended up doing kind of a different, like a diamond shape right here. The reason why is because I didn't want these to be perfectly like mirroring each other, and my head goes up to about this spot right here. So I needed this to be a little bit different and to create a different dispersion and refraction as compared to this in order to really, get the best quality sound flowing in here to the mic. Speaking of which, you got your pop filter on. And the mic is the Aston Spirit, which I freaking love. And it's suspended on a mount. The reason you suspend your microphone on a mount is to destroy some of those vibrations that would normally come up from the ground to the microphone. So yeah, this is kind of like the idea and the thought. I wanted to create that environment that little guy makes, which works really well, and just expand it to a whole room. And I love how it turned out. We'll go ahead and listen to like the differences and things. All right, so next, I knew I would need to be able to monitor my recording from inside the booth. So I wired this touchscreen LCD monitor to my wall. It is wired directly to my computer out there, so I can do what I need to do in here and then swap my workflow right out there. Super simple. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, but Professor, what does it sound like? Does it make a difference?
Bruh.
Well, luckily, I got you guys covered. I actually wrote out, and let me just check my notes. I actually wrote out a report with a bunch of audio, video, and other miscellaneous media. So if you guys are curious to see that, I'll post a link about it, and you guys can check it out yourselves. But I'm going to go ahead and condense all of that monitoring and testing into a more streamlined and entertaining version for you all to hear and to listen to right now. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at these audio files. Basically, I have the before and the afters here. I'll let you guys see those on the camera now. So now that we've checked them out, let's go ahead and listen to them. Now, one thing I'm going to have to do, because these actually go above, these audio clips actually go above 0 decibel, which means that in the video, you guys would hear them clipping. Notice how that breaks 0 and goes to 1.2. So what I'm going to do is actually decrease the file or decrease the amplitude of the audio here. The amplitude's just too loud, it's clipping. So since it wouldn't come through on a video properly, I'm going to decrease each one's volume by about 5 decibels. If you guys are worried about any of the sound being lost because it's clipping, don't worry. The samples were recorded in 32-bit wave format. In 32-bit wave format, information is not lost at above 0 decibel. All you do is gain down. If you guys are curious about how that works or don't understand, feel free to check the video that I will link in the description here, where it will explain it much more. All right, so what I did here was just decrease each of their output volumes by 5 decibels. So now we'll be able to hear them without them clipping. Or you guys will be able to hear them without them clipping. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Check this out. I'm going to loop one of those samples. Let's loop the second one. See, let's take a look at the spectrum and the spectrogram in 3D. You can see a lot of artifacts down in the bottom. There's also just a lot of low resonant humming, which makes sense with how things work. And then you can also hear me moving beforehand and after. We also see that just in general, like I said, those tails are really long. And what we're actually going to do is look at that file. Let me open up a file here. So looking at balloon pop number 2 at about 43 seconds in, between 42.95 all the way to 43.75. So that's almost a full second of audio tail here within the specific frequency range of right around 7,000. Let's take a look at the peak on here. I want to see how hot the 7,000 comes in on this. I guess those just tend to resonate more. That's really interesting. Wow. And let's compare it to balloon pop number 2, actually, with my post setup. So after I set up the audio room. And remember, this is after treatment. That's ridiculous. Look at that. First of all, look at the difference in the curves. Also, check this out. Wow. Look how clean that is. Look at that. Like, that lasts like nothing compared to what we were looking at before. Let's take a look at that in RX. Let me pull open my document again. If you guys want to see this document, there's actually a link to the description below with all the files that I used, things like that. After sound treatment area, balloon pop 1. All right, balloon pop 2. Look at the difference in how the sound is treated. In general, those, what is that, 2 minutes in and 33 seconds. Holy crap, it cuts down like the time a ridiculous amount. I mean, less than a second. Those tails are all but just destroyed, which is great, negligible. When we compare it to pre-setups, look at this. And I believe these are on like same scale of time. Boom and boom. It's interesting to see actually that we have a lot of low frequencies still here. What does that look like compared to the up ones? Wow, even longer. So apparently, and this is actually not surprising that frequencies in the lower spectrum resonate longer or travel more. So a lower frequency sound has a smaller percentage of its energy taken away over a given distance. Okay, cool. So this pretty much explains exactly what we're looking at in these when we compare all of these like high things starting to get wrecked, and the low does too, but it's a little bit slower, as we can see here. Still though, look at that. That's why I think bass traps are kind of important, setting them up. I mean, in general, posting your stuff in good places and having the right mix of frequency absorptions and like wedge will help you kind of cover a broad spectrum. Now, I just want to state again, guys, that I recorded these samples at the same incoming levels on the microphone with a 0 decibel gain and a 0 decibel gain through the interface. And everything in the digital software was at its default. There is no gain applied to any of these. The only gain reduction that has been applied is the -5 decibels on these samples right here so that the audio waveforms are not clipping for your guys' ears and you can hear the full peaks and transients of each one. Remember, if you want to go see those raw, or if you want to go listen to those raw audio files, you can go to the document or the link to the report and documents and files in the description. Or you can check out Sound Assured's blog post on their website, and that will be in the description as well. I definitely recommend checking that out. If you guys enjoyed this analysis at audio that I've done here, go check out the blog post on Sound Assured's website. I will leave the link to that in the description below. That's where I got the sound foam. It's where you guys can get some too and apply that coupon that I was talking about to get a discount. I love their sound foam. I actually had a ton of fun doing this project specifically for this reason, to like see the difference it would make and hear the difference and analyze it. If you guys are interested in how you can pop your game up with your recording environments, I would recommend going to their website and checking them out. The crew over there has a great understanding of acoustics and environments, so you can easily hit them up and talk to them about your projects or ideas that you might want to get going. All right, anyways, I love the Ashton Spirit microphone. The microphone is fantastic. It's amazing. I love the 3 different patterns on it: bidirectional, omnidirectional, and cardioid. I love the fact that it has a 80 hertz high pass filter on it, or a just straight. I also love that it has different gain switches on it. I use it with the Focusrite, the Scarlett Solo Focusrite interface, which has a 48 volt preamp in it, which is perfect for getting it working. I've been using these 2 pieces of gear for about 2 to 3 years now, and I'm always getting solid, amazing quality from these. And I've noticed that really all I need to do is just make my recording environment better to get the best I could from them. And I can completely recommend those. I also will put the links to the Scarlett and the Ashton Spirit in the description as well, if you guys want to check those out. Overall, this project took me about, I don't even know. This project took me a good amount of time to set up. I can't even remember how many hours I put into this. To be honest, I've been working on this since pretty much I moved into this new apartment back over the summer, like late summer. So I've been working on this for a while, you know, kind of trying to create content while finishing this and also working a full-time job. So, you know, you do what you can, but I'm super excited to have it done and be able to start using this for like higher quality vocals on my songs. Anyways, guys, I just get really excited about audio and acoustics, and I figured that you guys might enjoy taking a look at this as well. I can't stress enough how acoustically treating your recording environments is one of, if not the most effective way to increase the quality of your recordings and the producing you're going to be doing with them. It's also hecka worth the time in the long run because it saves me time on cleaning up audio and it increases quality. So for me, this was a win-win and a no-brainer. And honestly, you don't even need that much treatment to make a difference in a recording area. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the like button and hit that subscribe button so you can see more content in the future. I have a lot of videos on my page, so there's plenty of content to watch. I'd love if you guys would go check them out, talk about music producing and all sorts of stuff. Leave any comments and questions below. You guys engaging with my content makes it easier for me to engage with you guys and check out your stuff as well on your channels. Listen to the music with the links and streaming services below. As well, follow your boy on the gram or any social media that you guys like to use. And I will catch you guys in the next one, all right? Stay curious. Peace.
I feel like I'm drifting away and I'm stuck in my ways. Feel like I'm losing the day. I feel like I need me a pound. I'll break right down. They don't be smoking it down and cruising around. Recycle, repeat in the night. Yeah. feel like I'm living a life, and there's never been doubt in my sight, huh? El Chapo with the pesos, and a long clip with the Draco, and I walk around with that poncho, cause everywhere I go I get wet, huh? She stupid, she call and collect, huh? I'm out here, I'm catching these checks. They hating, they knowing I'm next. You stupid, I'm dripping, it's wet, yeah. Feel like I'm drifting away, and I'm stuck in my ways. Feel like I'm losing the day.